Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to just give a brief introduction to this video because when I originally shot it this past Monday, I was also going to shoot the ribbon rail train, and I figured I would combine those videos, but that didn't work out because the videos both ended up being long enough on their own, good standalone videos. So I caught this surfacing gang working out at Summit east of Tehachapi, a couple of tampers, a couple of regulators, and then the tie train sitting there. Don't know if they're going to do a tie project. I'll have to find out about that. But anyway, so I didn't want to just dump you into this video with no introduction, which probably wouldn't have bothered any of you anyway, but would have bothered me. So anyway, surfacing gang at Summit. Here we go. All right, I am here at Summit. Got this UP train stopped here. But they have a surfacing gang working through here. This continuous action tamper, I believe, is what CAT stands for. You can see how the two pieces move independently of each other. They use a system of lasers, I guess they're lasers, to make sure that the tracks are lined correctly when they're done. There's the tamping mechanism. Shoves those forks are on vibrators, and they go, as you can see, go down between the ties. Tamp the ballast underneath the ties, firm everything up. They have tampers. There's actually one behind this that doesn't work this way. It's a regular type tamper. It's not this big. And the two parts don't move independently of each other. It all moves as one piece. But this one does a lot more work, works more quickly. Another thing you notice here is the concrete tie train. It isn't, it's not crude. The locomotives don't have anyone on them. I'm not sure if they're going to do a tie project up here. I would imagine if they have, this was here Sunday when we were headed out to the desert to go riding. So I'm assuming that they are going to do some ties here. And there's another couple of cars full of ties up by Tehachapi. It is starting to actually spit snow. It's about 35 degrees. It's breezy, not windy, but it's getting chilly. But anyway, that is the tie train. I was hoping that they would tamp through this switch. They actually, the tampers can actually slide out. And I don't know if they can on these big ones like this. I'm sure they can, but they can slide out to actually tamp between the stock rails and the closure rails. But they're not tamping through this. This train here is stopped. There's my handy dandy scanner that Jeff Palmquist sent me. I just heard they have a train stalled between Waylong and Woodford. So they've got the BNSF rapid responder headed down that way. But anyway, that's why this guy has stopped. As I mentioned in the cable derailment video, tampers and regulators always work together. And this is a regulator. My zoom feature doesn't want to, there it goes. Doesn't want to work. You can see how the ballast is a little upset. He already came through and made his pass with that wing that's folded up against the side of the cab right now. It is actually, I don't know if you can see it, it is starting to sleet and snow right now, and my hands are getting cold. All right, well, I ran off and left my gimbal and my GoPro box and everything at home this morning. There's that regulator. But I thought we'd take a drive by this concrete tie train, and I wasn't doing anything. I'm just kind of pointing it in that direction. Looks like that UP train that was sitting there is on the move now. I saw that he had a flashing yellow at the Tehachapi crossover, which meant he is not cleared out of cable. When he gets to the cable crossover, he'll have a yellow signal. When he gets down to the bottom end of cable, he'll have a red signal. As I said, I just heard the dispatcher say a train stalled at Woodford, and earlier he said between Waylong and Woodford, so I don't know. When I get done here, I'm going to head down that way. I saw the ribbon rail train parked at Woodford. It was there Sunday when we drove by going out to the desert, and it was still sitting there this morning, but it looked like people were working on it. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is. Love to get some footage of them either laying out new rail or picking up used rail for all of you. We'll see if we can make that happen. But as you can see on this tie train, this is a lot of ties. And as I assume, as I said, since it's been sitting here for a while, this is in the Summit siding. I'm assuming they're going to do some tie project. I spoke to a couple of the foremen up here earlier, but I didn't ask them about tie project. I was just asking questions about the surfacing gang and what they're doing today, and they gave me the rundown on what they're doing. As you can see now, if I stop, you can see that UP is on the move. Pacific Power on the end of the train, and this is the other surfacing group. Looks like they are having an issue with their machine. And this regulator here working behind this guy, as you can see, he has his wing down. It is spreading the ballast out along the shoulder.
Detector milepost 362.1, track 1, dragging equipment near axle 3-5 from head of train. Total axle 3-5. Detector out.
That's the dragger right back at those intermediates. Just holy cats.
Milepost 362.1, track 1. Defect detected. UP detect 1. Track 1. Dragging equipment near axle 1 from head of train.
I didn't see a maintainer down there testing, so I don't know if there's something wrong with that detector.
1. Track 1. Dragging equipment near axle 1 from head of train.
The
Total
machine's
axle
going through it.
2.
That's what's going on.
Detector out.
That's on this track. That train was on the other track. So.
Alright, here we go. Form of lag, gang number 8507 using 1. Form B track bull on today's date, 2/22/2022. Form B number 164781, line 1, main 2, Mojave Sub, milepost 363.75 to milepost 360.50 from 0900 to 1500. The BNSF 8210 North has permission to pass the red board located at milepost 363.75 without stopping, proceeding through limits of 25, that's 25 mph, sounding bell and whistle when passing approaching men equipment over. BNSF 8210 North understands deployment charge, track boosting 164781, line 1 gang, 8507, Foreman Vladimir has permission on milepost 363.75 to milepost 360.50. Mojave Sub may pass road sites displayed at milepost 363.75 without stopping, do not exceed 25 mph. Main track 2, bells and whistles for men and equipment, 0900 1500 Yeah, I think that about covers it. All correct on the readback, BNSF 8210 North. Y'all have a safe trip, Vado.
Well, you've heard me talk about Form Bs before, form of on-track protection. I went over it in my piece about how on-track workers protect themselves, and we're actually called roadway workers. I was, but anyway, a Form B is a form of that type of protection, and you just heard the foreman in charge of the Form B giving permission to a northbound BNSF train to proceed through the limits of their Form B without stopping. You can see the regulator there, got his broom down, cleaning things up. All right, well, let's head down towards Woodford, see if we can see what's going on down there. Well, I was wrong about that guy. Again, I'm just pointing this over there and hoping I don't. That's the train that went, the UP that was stopped at Summit. So he had evidently been cleared through cable by the time he got here, because he is on the move. All right, well, when I pulled up here to Woodford, the rapid responders were down at the helpers here, and they said they had bad EMU cable. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but there come the helpers, all running well now. I thought it was a BNSF train, but it's obviously not. But they had just got it going right as I pulled up. And he is on the move and not struggling. The one thing that the dispatcher was correct in was that it was stalled at Woodford and between Woodford and Waylon, because he was stretched out down to where the head end was just below the loop. All right, somebody asked me a while back about the Keene water tanks and this truck that's always running back and forth. I actually went and talked to that truck driver a couple of weeks ago. I was under the impression that he was hauling water away from these tanks, but the well here no longer operates, so he brings water in to keep these tanks full for the water supply for Keene. I didn't ask him where he gets the water. There go the rapid responders. All right, let's go down and take a look at the ribbon rail train. Well, I did make it down to the ribbon rail train, but as I said at the beginning of this video, this video and the ribbon rail train video ended up being plenty long enough on their own to be standalone videos. So I'm going to end this one here. The ribbon rail train video will be coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't have anything else to add other than keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see you later.